Drawing cards is one of the most important aspects in Star Trek CCG. Thankfully, the virtual expansions by the Continuing Committee have vastly increased the number of draw engines available. If you have never played with anything other than the traditional Decipher era card pool, here is part 1 of an introduction to virtual draw engines that you can seed right at the beginning of the game. Number 1. New Arrivals. Released in the Emissary set in 2013, this incident works with any affiliation. It simply seeds on table and grants you an additional card draw at the end of your turn. In addition, it also doubles as a play engine, allowing you to play one universal personnel that you don't already have in play for free. So in addition to a unique skill horse like Jean-Luc Picard, you can also play a universal character like Suna in the same turn. Don't get too greedy though, because if you ever play more than one personnel for free, you have to discard New Arrivals and lose all its benefits. Number 2. Habit of Disappearing. Drawing an extra card doesn't get any easier than this event from Through the Looking Glass from 2016. Simply seed it on table and you get an extra card draw. However, it comes at a hefty price. At the end of your turn, before you even get to draw your cards, you first have to remove the top 3 cards of your draw deck from the game. Not discarding, removing them entirely. You better make sure you have multiple copies of your important cards in your draw deck, or better still, put them in your queue's tent. Note that you can decrease the number of cards you have to remove from 3 to 1 by having 3 alternate universe Terran Empire personnel in play. Number 3. Duck Blind. In 2011, this seedable event came out in the Shades of Grey expansion. It must be seeded at the planet in the Alpha Quadrant. As long as you have 2 Anthropology on that planet's surface at the end of your turn, you get an additional card draw. This can easily be set up, for example, by seeding assigned mission specialists and downloading Anthropology personnel like good old Darren Wallace and Kathleen Tunnell before you even take your first turn. Note that you cannot seed Duck Blind at a homeworld though, so your anthropologists on the planet's surface are easy targets for an aggressive opponent who enjoys personal battle. Number 4. Process Ore Mining. The crossover expansion from 2012 introduced a new take on the old process ore mining. This objective can be seeded on a planet, and you need 2 geology to run it at its most efficient. If 2 geology are on the planet's surface at the start of your turn, you get to do a number of things. First, you discard a card from hand. Next, you place the bottom non-referee card from a discard pile into your point area. And finally, you get to draw 2 cards. This is especially useful to cycle away hand cards you don't need at the moment and move through your deck more quickly. Also, you get to generate a small number of bonus points. Again, we could for example download 2 geology personnel with assigned mission specialists or other downloaders and make sure we have process ore mining running from early on. Note that this does not work at homeworlds or at missions where you have a facility. Number 5. Study Divergent history. This incident from crossover can be seeded on a number of different places, for example on the headquarters, like the office of the president here. Twice each turn, you can then stop personnel from opposing quadrants. Right now, this means 1 personnel from the Alpha Quadrant and 1 from the Mirror Quadrant to draw a card. Again, Assign Mission Specialists is a great card to set this up, because the mission specialists you download can be from any quadrant. Another helpful card is Crossover, which allows you to play Mirror Quadrant personnel to the Alpha Quadrant. You will find links to all these cards in the description of this video. If you found this helpful, please leave a like and or subscribe to this channel so you don't miss future content.